Hey, hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Not too bad. How's it going for you?
It's good. It's Monday,
Hmm.
or at least today it's sunny. I'll put it that way.
Well, it's usually sunny here, so
Right?
yay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Welcome to the commentary zone. Today we are reviewing the Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 2, Wigs and Waffles.
That
Was
was
this a good
hilarious.
show?
It was very interesting. It wasn't as like how exciting as the first episode, of course, but it
Mhm.
was still very interesting.
Mhm. I'm giving him a chance. I'm giving him a chance. So let's go through
Oh,
a quick summary of the episode. We start off by seeing Latrice getting ready at her home, and she calls her publicist Melanie. Then Tamra and Letitia meet up for lunch. Then we see Marie chatting with her business partner Essie. Um, Next, we see Letitia meeting with a Ferris Street community liaison to learn about the historic district. Um, Antoinette has Latrice over to her home for drinks. Tambra is meeting with her stylist Ken to pick out outfits for her birthday parties. Antoinette meets with her friend Kaylon at a baseball field. Then it's the big birthday party day for Tambra. Um, Tambra arrives with a police escort, and then she makes a toast to end off her evening. So let's dig right in with
hmm.
Latrice at home, talking with her publicist about this new hair care line that she's launching. Um, and then her husband comes in, creepy McCreeper.
He's interesting. Like so, he wants to invest, and she's resistant, and I'm going with her on this one. Because and here's why. It's because if you can support me in the very beginning fully, I don't really want you supporting me now to say that you helped me build this part of my business. I like the fact that she's just gonna keep she was initially keeping it to just doing it herself, but then they kind of came to some agreement. She let him know how she felt, and he kind of relented. He's just going to be an investor because their work styles are so different, and her working style works is working for her very well. So she wants to keep that, and he's agreed. And I was kind of surprised. That kind of took me. I was like, first of all, I was looking like, really, that easy? But I just don't think it's going to be that easy because he seems to be the type to say like, well, I'm an investor. I should have a say so, and that's my fear with this.
um, I think he acquiesced so easily because he knows he controls her. And she could say whatever she wants about, her style of doing things and that it's been successful so far. And of course, all of her hard work has got them where they're living right now, the lifestyle that they have. It's all because of her. And
But he has his own business though, so it's not solely because of her.
I think most of that is because of her.
You
I
think
really
so?
do. Yeah.
Because I was the other night I was listening to All About the Tea,
Hmm.
and some of the panelists, I think it was Ples, she's from down there, and she says the people down there who do the tree services,
Hmm.
they make very good money.
Hmm.
So so I think I have a feeling that she probably makes a little bit more, but I think it's a little bit more even, and that's where some of the issue comes in because he doesn't completely control her financially. Because if she really wanted to walk away, she could afford to.
I don't know. I just feel like that issue with him saying, I need to have a say. I think he let her think that, okay, you'll run it the way how you run it. But he still controls her a lot.
In other aspects,
And
agreed.
yeah, and he feels she could say what she wants to say, but I'm here to tell you that I can bend her to my will. That's how I saw that.
I can no, I could oh, I could definitely see that. I can in other aspects, um, most definitely. But he wants to. It's like he wants to have some sort of financial, like say, financial control, because financially he doesn't control her business. So he's
Oh,
gonna.
but he has a she gave him a portion of the original business.
Also, she did give him her original.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
He
I
didn't believe
thought
in her in the beginning, and he didn't support her in the beginning. She built that all on her own.
right,
And eventually she gave him part of it. And so that's why now she's doing the hair care line. She's asking him if he wants to invest in it because she's giving him, I think it's a test from her. She's like, you didn't believe me you didn't believe in me the first time. And it's still, irking her. So she's like, she's offering him the opportunity again with the hair care line to invest. So I want, like, for me, the way how I saw that scene, this is kind of like a test to see if he's going to believe in her this time.
mm,
Hmm.
I can see from
She's
that
she's
perspective.
still salty.
I thought because I thought she gave him a part, but I wasn't sure if I
Hmm.
understood it correctly because he didn't.
Hmm.
I was like, well, did she give him part of the business even though he didn't invest? Was that why?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, because he carries himself in her business as if he's an owner. Remember how he
right,
walked in on that scene and just like went to the back? He carries himself with an air of ownership of not only her, but her business as well. That's
right,
how I see him.
yeah. Oh yeah, when he walked in, everybody's face just hit the floor. I was like, wow.
Mhm. Mhm. So that whole relationship, I hope it unfolds, so we can see what's behind that. Because right now I'm basing a lot of my stuff on assumptions. But yeah, we'll see with that relationship. So next we see Tambra and Letitia meeting for lunch so that Letitia can give her like the play-by-play of what went on with the brunch. Um, and basically the disagreement between Marie and Latrice.
Hmm.
Mm. Uh, this was a filler scene for me.
Yes. Hmm. They could just have this. They could have had this over text message, and they could just put a text on the screen, and we could have read it and moved on.
I was more interested to see what was in the takeaway boxes, like what they had for
Exactly.
lunch. Sorry.
I was
Um,
like, I saw pig and pine. Like, this is barbecue. Is this barbecue and beer? That's what I thought about.
oh my God. So next we see Marie chatting with her business partner, Essie. And we learn a little bit more about Marie. She talks about supporting, I hope I get this right, her 4 kids, her son's 3 kids, and their respective mothers. Did I
Yes,
get that right? That's a
correct.
lot.
And what killed me, I think I'm jumping ahead in the scene, but I think it's important. All three of those kids are under one.
Yes.
That kind of just sent me over the edge. I'm like, are you serious?
Mhm.
And he's going to college. I'm like, what?
So he's away at college at
Right.
that. So he's not even dealing with any of the mess that he's left behind. It's all on her.
Exactly.
Oh God. Marie also takes this time to tell Essie about what happened at the brunch. I thought there were some half truths or exaggerations
Right.
about the conversation. What were your thoughts on that?
It was over exaggerated. I'm like, in my experience, how can I put this? How can I put this nicely? So that bluster is not real, as we see later, because if you were a true boss, you go to another boss like, hey, this is what happened.
Mhm.
She tried to make it like she did this and she let this little girl know, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, no. what happened is you complained from a group of women at her women's empower lunch. You tried to embarrass her.
Mhm.
The young lady said, "Well, no, this is Goddess Things right here. I don't know what you have."
Mhm.
And you went back at her. She said, "I'm not doing this with you." As an adult, she got up and left with her friend. Like,
Yeah.
Latrice didn't say, "Well, this is Goddess hair. She's got it." No, she didn't. She pointed to one girl and said, "This is the product." What are you talking about?
Exactly. She pointed out what was her product. I also felt like she made it seem almost like Latrice attacked her at
Right.
the lunch. I didn't was I interpreting that conversation correctly?
She was trying to make it out that Latrice attacked a customer, basically. She's like, I came to her as a customer. Like, no, in my opinion, no, you didn't, because
Mhm.
like Latrice said, customer service is open from Monday through Friday from 10 to 5, and that's it. And that's
And
what customer does.
she requested a receipt.
Yep.
She could have helped her there, but she had no receipt of her purchase to verify that she purchased that hair from her store. I don't know. I Marie was a little messy at this conversation, but I also um I was listening to all about the tea over the weekend talking about this show and um DJ Richie Sky, and I did notice she's adding decor to her rental office. Um and the shoes that she put her feet up
Well,
on the table out of
well,
nowhere.
I wasn't gonna mention. I wasn't gonna mention those Fouboutins, but like if we want to talk about it.
It was so messy.
But like if I recall the episode correctly, they were pink, not red, right?
The color was a little off, but, everyone's computer, television, phone shows differently.
But to me, my TV showed them as no, my phone, because I like watching it through the app. The app is great because there's commercials, but I just like it better. But
Mhm.
on my phone, which is an Apple, they showed them a nice pink color, and she was very proud of her pink bottoms. I saw them as pink. What did you see them as?
Um, the color on the shoes did not match what I've seen in person. And I thought it was an unnecessary um, advertisement for another brand.
I mean, I get that, but here's the thing, though. If you're gonna flex, I'm gonna need you to flex with the actual product. I'm just saying.
Correct. And
That's all.
I would have felt more that it was the actual verified product if the soles had looked worn.
Yeah, exactly. Cause those shoes they were like smooth with no dents. Like So I was looking at them like, oh, like, okay, pink bottoms. Okay, maybe it's a new product. Hold on. Let me be nosy. I want to see something.
Doesn't what's her name? Paris Hilton shoes have a pink bottom?
Oh, you say her something, did you?
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you with the pink.
Um, I'm just trying to see. Does he make? I'm just trying to see. I'm just looking. I want to see if he actually. See, everything I'm finding, even from the side, well, from what
Mm-hmm.
I can see, they're red. Like all the Christian.
Oh yeah, that's his signature color. That's all of the bottom of his shoes are always red. Uh,
I just want to make sure for the people. Christian Louboutins have a distinct signature red sole.
mhm,
Louboutin soles have red soles that are made of leather and not plastic, and
mhm,
therefore should not. Oh, and therefore should look glossy like nail lacquer.
mhm,
Oh, the L in
mhm.
Louboutin was almost touched the rest of the word. However, most replicas have a noticeable space in between. Oh, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I get the flex, but based on Google's telling me like all of his shoes are red bottoms.
Can you Google and see what like if Paris Hilton still makes shoes and what are the colors of her soles? Because I know someone does glitter and someone does pink or blue. Can't remember.
Paris Hilton footwear.
Just humor me.
Paris Hilton heels. Okay. Um, well, I'm finding she's at Walmart, which is cute.
That's so wrong. You didn't have to say it.
No, but there's like she's still selling shoes though, so she still has a business,
Mhm,
which is
mhm.
good. Let's see.
You'd be surprised at the amount of businesses that girl has.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I see that she's still selling shoes, but I'm not selling shoes.
Well, while you look for that,
Okay.
we can go into the next scene, which was like probably one of the better scenes of this episode, where Letitia meets with Miss Dorothy Davis, the Ferris Street community liaison, and she's learning about the history of the street and of the district. And we find out from Letitia that her grandfather told her about the street originally. And we see that Letitia points out a particular building on the street that she wants to start with that building to revitalize the area. And
Hmm.
she thinks that it'll be a good location for like the main office to spearhead the revitalization of the street. Um, I like this girl. She's got vision, she's got a goal, and she's determined to make it happen. Um, I'd like to know more about her plan because if she's expecting this group of ladies to invest and buy buildings on this street, I think she needs to expand her search.
Yes, she has a vision. I want to know more too. I like. It was kind of cool to hear that Senator Obama, who became President Obama, ate at Peaches,
Mhm,
and I think it's cool that she's trying to save a building that was once a entertainment spot.
mhm,
I
mhm,
like if you could save those buildings, and I say do it, and Miss Dorothy Davis wants the building saved as well, and Miss Davis
mhm.
wants her there, like she sees something in Letitia, so I thought that was very cool.
Yep. The next scene is with Antoinette and Latrice. Latrice comes over for drinks at Antoinette's home. Latrice brings her a gift, which is hair care samples. And they talk about the brunch. But we also delve into Antoinette's backstory with her husband and that relationship and what drove them apart.
Yeah, it's one of the pillars of marriage to me. When you go into marriage, just to me, you should agree upon three things if you can: money, kids, and religion. And the
Mhm,
kid thing was just she just wasn't ready yet, and he was. So I can see why they split. I mean, that's just those are just to me those some. I mean, the religion can be compromised, and most times it is, but the money and the kid thing, they tend to be the deal breakers.
Hmm.
And I
I was
understand
feeling bad
why.
for her in this scene, though. This is another Christine from Bling Empire scene. Like in this part, I was feeling for Antoinette, but as her story changes, I'm not feeling so sorry for her.
Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, yeah, poor thing.
Because in this scene, she said that having children was an issue and her work was an issue that drove them apart. Antoinette said that she didn't want to give up her profession to have kids. And, I was like, okay, I can understand that. I can
Hmm.
understand that. Um, she did a renovation, not a renovation, like she redecorated her entire home once her
Hmm.
husband left so that it reflected a new start and it reflected more of her personality. And in doing so, she came across a bunch of his old baseball items that she put in a box and she showed Latrice. And there was also some photographs of them. And Latrice said that at one time Antoinette and her husband seemed like the perfect couple, but you just never know what's going on in people's marriages.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. Then we go on to Tambra meeting with her stylist Ken, um, and she says that uh, she's turning 40, and she wants to settle down and have children. She tells him that she froze her eggs, and that's because she suffers with fibroid issues.
Hmm.
Um, and she also drops the little tidbit that an NBA player once offered her $1 million to have a baby, but she couldn't do it as they weren't in a relationship, and she wanted to be married when she has kids. And at that time,
Mm.
she was focusing on her career first. I agree with
That's very
Ken. Can he come to the party? Bring that
oh,
$1 million with you?
right.
Mm.
That's very interesting though. Like now she's ready. I guess I mean, you're like 40 is not too late, which is good. About my curiosity is this.
Mhm.
Now she's 40, but now she's ready to have a child. Will she do it
Mhm.
by herself?
I don't think that's an option for her
Right.
because, like, I think her family has ingrained into her that you must be married and then have children. I think she
Mm.
wants that family structure because if she was gonna do it by herself, I think she would have done it a long time ago.
But she's focusing on her career though, so her
Mhm.
focus has shifted. My concern is this.
Has it
Um,
though? Has it? Because
well,
last week she was saying she wants to be a national host.
but now she wants
Has it
children though.
shifted?
I think back then, because she was still up and coming, she felt like she really didn't have that option. But now that she's more established, she feel like she can't. Now she's more established, I should say. She has the option to have child children, however you want to put it. But I guess my overall concern is this: like you're turning 40, which gives you what, a 5 year window. My concern with
Mm,
that is like,
she has
will
the
she,
egg.
no, but she wants to. The key word is married, though. That's where I'm like, will she want to have a child if she's not married, or does she want to wait and get married? And she doesn't get married till like 50. Does she really want to be a 50-year-old mother? And when her child is graduating high school, she'll be 68. So there's a
Kenya
lot
Moore's
of,
doing it. Kenya
but
Moore turns 50 like this week or something.
but well, Kenya's kind of desperate though, and kind of older. Like she was just like
Mhm.
so desperate for to have that baby and be married, but Tamara seems to be not quite in that position. So I guess my overall wonder is, will the baby that she wants outweigh the marriage? I'm just kind of curious to see what her thought process is on that.
Yeah, we've got to see that because that's a really great question. You know, like, are you going to keep your traditional values that your family has instilled into you, or are you going to look at the clock that's running out and just say, sometimes we have to make concessions and do things a little bit differently in order to get what we want. So it's a good it's it's a good storyline for her.
Oh, I want to personally. I just want to see it. I want to know what she chooses.
I have you noticed, maybe it's just me. I could not listen to her as a radio DJ or a television host. Her voice is very annoying to me.
It's very distinctive.
Okay, we'll use that distinctive. All right,
Yes.
moving on.
Mhm.
We've got Annette meeting up with her friend Kaylon at the baseball field. She brings that box of sports equipment. And Kaylon, she needs to be my friend. She brought a bottle of wine. Um, and we listened to Antoinette again go on about her previous relationship. She says she wasn't ready for kids or raising biracial kids in Mississippi. She says that she's never encountered more racism than in Mississippi. Um, Kaylon has been friends with her and her ex since school. So Kaylon saw the beginning and end of their relationship. And
Mhm.
Kaylon asked her a really good question. And she asks Antoinette if her marriage is really over. And Antoinette struggles to answer that question.
Mhm. I was just wondering about that. I was like, well, you've done all this stuff. This is what you said. Like, are you guys still in contact? Are you guys still dating on the under? What's really going on there?
Yeah, I thought that they were divorced.
That's
Like
the
that
way.
scene confused
Right.
me
I'm
because
with
it
you.
seems like it's not like if there's a door open to it. Like it was very confusing to me. But then again, Antoinette is confusing. Antoinette says that if she's a nobody now that she's married, like she's wondering if she's a nobody now that she's not married. Um, I wonder if she was somebody before she was married. And the why I'm saying that is I wonder if she just took on her husband's identity as opposed to being Antoinette. Like she was somebody's wife and not her own individual person.
I
Because that can
think
sometimes happen when you marry really young.
agreed, but from what I understand, somehow she's very focused on titles. Like she has to have a title. Like it's like she has to be Doctor um, Lyles or Mrs. Doctor Lyles. You know what I mean? Like it's never just
Hmm.
Antoinette.
Good point. Good point. Let's see. So now it's the big birthday party. Um, the event is being held at the Old Capitol Inn, which looks like a beautiful place. Um, Latrice arrives with Zaddy. Antoinette and Melanie are already there. And Latrice brings up the issue regarding Marie to Letitia. And Antoinette is doing the same. And Letitia shuts it down and says she's not going to let anybody talk about her friend when her friend is not there. I want Latrice to be, sorry, not Latrice, Letitia to be my friend.
I'm like, that was good. I understood why she did that. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mad at her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's not here to defend herself. Um, so let's not do this while she's not here. So I think that's the way you do it.
What did you think about Marie's outfit when she arrived?
I was like, from the front, I was like, okay, I can see it. You're having fun. this, and that. But then when I just realized it was a mesh bra only, I was like, okay. So I thought it was like I thought it was like a what I thought it was like a sheer top. I thought it was a
Mhm.
mesh top with like a with the illusion of a bra. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
then
you thought that there was some, like, mesh sheer
right, but then,
mesh going
so I
on?
thought I
Oh,
glanced at it, but then when I looked closer, I was like, oh, okay. Hey, if you feel good and think you look good, I say go for it.
okay now. When Marie and her friend Essie arrive, they sit at another table. Um, they don't wanna sit where Latrice and the rest of the girls are. So so Letitia goes over to speak with Marie, and she asks Marie to speak with Latrice.
Mm-hmm.
I found that Letitia was the best character in this segment of the show. She scored major points for me.
She did for me, but then she lost them when she did not hold Marie accountable for her actions.
I think she did a little bit, but let's the birthday girl arrives with a police escort, but she called it something else. I can't remember.
Motorcade.
She said a motorcade. That wasn't a motorcade.
Yeah, I didn't see
That was
that.
a police escort.
Right.
Because it was like two police cars. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Antoinette asks Tambra a really good question. She asked, "What does she see for herself in the coming year?" And I think that's a question that Antoinette asks herself a lot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
um, let's see. We see Melanie and Latrice circling, going around and saying hi to everyone at the event, and they wind up at Marie's table. Latrice tries to speak to Marie about the brunch incident, but Marie shuts it down and says that the birthday party is not the right time. I
That's
thought
it.
this was a bit hypocritical. I thought it was correct, but it was a bit hypocritical because
Yeah.
she thought it was the right time to bring up that mess at somebody's brunch.
Yes, but then but based on what she said in her office, she was gonna let Latrice know who she was and who was in charge, and she was gonna do it the next time she saw her, which was Tamara's birthday. So I'm like, well, where was this energy that you had in your office?
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay.
Um, no, go ahead.
I was like, okay, so this is what you do. You bluster behind closed doors when
Mhm.
the person's not around, but when you have the opportunity, granted, it wasn't the time or place, but you backtracked on what you said you were going to do,
Valid point. Valid
which,
point.
which tells me Marie is not one who will approach you head on. She prefers an ambush, but now she knows Latrice is on guard
Mhm.
with her. She's not going to do it. She's not going to do it that soon. It's like, okay, like you're just trying to wait till Latrice's guard. In my opinion, you're trying to wait till Latrice's guard is down and then go in for attack, which I think is highly inappropriate.
Nice. Okay. So then, what did you think of her reaction to Latrice making a toast and then Marie refuses to lift her glass to join into the toast?
It was childish. It was unnecessary. Like, just this is this young lady's birthday party. Deal with your issues offline.
Did you think
There's
it was appropriate for Letitia to call her on that?
not on that. Like, you're gonna call her on a toast, but you're not gonna call her on messing up your event. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. And that's the biggest problem I
I don't.
had with
Do you
with.
think that Letitia thinks that Marie messed up her event?
I mean, well, she complained about the timbre, so I would assume so. Like how she didn't get to,
Mm.
like they were arguing during her affirmations. She didn't get to put her plan out to the lady. So yes, she's not saying it directly, which I think is wrong. But yeah,
Mhm.
she thinks Marie messed up her event.
Okay, so Letitia then pulls Antoinette to the side to talk to her about what she's been hearing Antoinette has been saying about her brunch.
Hmm.
I like this scene because I think this is how women should deal with issues.
And I like this. So this put me back on the team on Antoinette a little bit because she said, "You know what? I said what I said. I'm gonna own it."
Mhm.
And she was cool about it. And the teacher said, that's cool. Like, she's like, I respect her for like saying it to my face and blah 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 blah. And she's like, yeah, you talk about my brand. I talked about your wig. Now I was like, I
And
was
then she tugs it forward. She says she's
like,
been talking about her wig being too far back.
I, I laughed so hard.
Oh
And I like
Lord.
it's like like the brunches aren't my thing, but I want to help. I'm like, I like that.
Mhm.
You should be able to have these conversations as grown folks.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we see that they make a joke out of it, but they also say that they're going to work together on fixing things between Marie and Latrice. Good
Hmm.
luck on that, ladies.
Yeah, very good luck.
And the episode ends with Tamara making a toast to all of her guests.
I like all the ladies to a degree. Some more than others, but I'm just excited to see their stories play out and their friendships play out.
Mhm.
I want to
Mhm.
see them get it. I want them to get started on the project this season. I don't want them like just jumping in and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Like, no, I want to see the plans, like the full business plan, the blueprints. How are you going to fix it up? Like, what buildings are you looking to really get into first? I don't want it to be like some magical thing, but I also don't want it to be like overly produced and dragged out either.
Okay. Well, this was another good episode of the Belle Collective, Season 1, Episode 2, Wigs and Waffles. If you guys like the review, please give us a little thumbs up. If you like the content of this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And most importantly, tell your friends so that they can come on over and share their viewpoints with us on the various shows that we review. Until next
All
time,
right, bye.
bye.